Hi, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys today about whether or not it's okay that we distract our kids when they are feeling some big emotions, those strong feelings, maybe sadness or anger or frustration, disappointment, or even fear and anxiety. So is it okay that we distract our kids? Because I know this is something that parents have some questions around and are unsure whether it's helpful or whether it's actually not so beneficial and they should be doing something different instead. So I was just on my Facebook group and did a live on there on Let's Raise Emotionally Intelligent Kids. And one of the parents asked a question around whether or not this is okay to distract her daughter. It was her young daughter when she was feeling sad and upset and I think a little bit nervous and shy. So I want to address that here. I have a couple of different points that I think it's really important that parents know when they're sometimes going into that mode of distracting and bringing something else out for their child or moving their child's attention away to something different, right? To try and get over those emotions. So first thing is, I do not routinely suggest that parents use distraction as a common tool or something that they do all the time in their parenting. There's a couple of reasons for that, and there's a little bit of a caveat that goes with it. Emotionally intelligent parenting is about accepting and acknowledging and validating our child's emotions in the moment. Right? So allowing them and accepting that my kids are going to have some big emotions and I don't need to rush them. I don't need to feel under attack or under threat by these big, strong emotions, especially when they come along with maybe loud crying or shouting and things like that. So that's kind of the first thing that I want to say is that if we are wanting to help our kids to navigate through those emotions so that they stay grounded and can find their place of calm again, and not damage relationships or damage property or people and hurt people, then we need to be able to teach them that their emotions are okay. All right, I hope that sort of lands. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So emotions are okay. Not all behavior is, though. That's a different kettle of fish. This is where our boundaries and stuff come in, but we're not talking about that right now. So when we're thinking about, oh my goodness, my child is so upset about this thing that happened or really angry about that right now, I don't want parents to automatically go into distract, because what that does is tries to basically squash or suppress or limit the emotion that's coming from our child because we are in a huge state of discomfort, maybe feeling upset or distressed ourselves. And maybe, again, like things going back to our childhood, maybe that wasn't okay for us to show as a child. And so we don't know how to deal with it. And we think it's not okay, it's bad, or it's silly, or it's childish, or it's manipulative. So that's a huge kind of point I want to get across right from the word go is if we're being emotionally intelligent parents, we need to be able to come from a place of acceptance and neutrality when looking at our kids' emotions so that we don't jump into distracting them. Distracting our kids is only going to teach them when I feel these set of uncomfortable emotions and because this adversity has happened or I've had this argument or something went wrong, I didn't do well on a test, I'm going to squash that down, I'm going to distract myself, I'm going to jump on my social media, I'm going to jump on emails, I'm going to be busy with work. Like this is what us adults do when we're not emotionally intelligent. And a lot of us didn't grow up with highly emotionally intelligent parents guiding us this way, okay? So I don't want parents to jump in and distract straight away. I want you to come from that place of calm, grounded conviction in my decisions. I've got this. I will help you through the tunnel, so to speak, the dark tunnel of emotions. I will bring you through it. I will, those tears can come and the loud shouting or the disappointment or frustration, and we will make it through together and I will help you do that. Okay. Some parents say, doesn't that take a lot of time? Shouldn't we just distract them? I'm like, well, how much time are you spending trying to, and failing, trying to sort of diffuse these big challenging behaviors and these meltdowns? That's bloody tiring, right? That's exhausting. So there is so much value, and it is so beneficial to emotionally intelligently face those emotions and accept them. I'm not saying this is easy, because again, we have years of conditioning that have pushed us one way, potentially. And so now it could be something really new to us to allow and feel okay in the space of those big emotions. It can be done though. I coach parents all around it. I do it with my own 2 kids, and it is transformative. Let me tell you. Okay? When that stuff can wash off you like water off a duck's back, and yet you have empathy and kindness and compassion for your kids in those moments, massive game changer. Massive. Okay? We're no longer under threat. We're no longer jumping in the pool with them, so to speak, like adding fuel to the fire, or blowing up ourselves and saying, I've had it, I don't want to hear it anymore, go to your room. We're not doing that. And often coming from that place of compassion and neutrality and acceptance, often that reduces the intensity and the length of some of those uncomfortable, sad, frustrated, angry kind of moments. Okay. So the last little bit I want to say, this is kind of the caveat, is that I do want parents to feel okay about using distraction in some moments with their kids. I know this is like wishy-washy. This is the gray area, right? I don't want you guys to lead with distraction. And I have seen that done. Even in friends, family, out and about. You see it when a child will start to get upset or distressed about something, and a parent or a loving adult from the goodness of their heart says, don't cry, no, it's fine, come on, let's have some, why don't we go over here and we'll have a look at that, or come on, let's have your apple now, or don't worry, remember, daddy will be home and then he'll play. Like, that is a whole lot of distraction. It's a whole lot of, don't feel what you're feeling, don't show me that emotion, it's not good, focus and focus on this and be happy instead. Be happy again, be joyful, positive only. We cannot do that. Sorry, that was a sidestep. So instead of doing that, when can we use distraction? When we have looked beneath the iceberg. If that doesn't make sense to you, have a look at some other videos on my YouTube channel or on the Facebook group, Let's Raise Emotionally Intelligent Kids. I talk about the iceberg. When you have dug a bit deeper and looked beyond the behavior and the emotion and tried to support your kids with what other stuff is going on, which is driving these emotions or driving this behavior, when you feel like you are doing what you can to support them and problem solve and things like that, and you notice your child is just stuck on this track of maybe they are really disappointed, really sad, and they can't get out of that emotion, or the anger has just enveloped them and they're what we call emotionally hijacked, then when you feel like there is that space and time when you think, I can jump in here and try to just shift your mood and distract and do something to get you off that track, that's when I say, hey, it is okay to be your child's circuit breaker. And I've talked a little bit about this in other videos and on other platforms as well. When we need to help our child because they are stuck on the track, to be the circuit breaker for them. I don't want you guys to always jump in and just do that straight off the bat. But man, you guys will know, I know from my kids as well, and the parents I coach, that sometimes kids can get stuck on a track. They perseverate on something that isn't right, or they've been wronged, or there's something unfair. And to help our kids like shake off sometimes it's really like a cage that they're in, or a ceiling that they're hitting, something is making them stuck, then we can jump in and help them by being that circuit breaker and distracting them. I will then say, obviously, later when the emotions have cooled off and things are calming down, have a conversation, of course, about what went on and what went wrong and how they could deal with it differently, or how you could help them, what might help if that happens again, all that kind of good stuff. But that's what I want to get across today, is that there are many other things that we can and I think should do to support our kids when they're feeling big emotions. But we can use distraction when we really want to help our kids to get off that kind of train track that they can get stuck on. I think sometimes even us as adults can really benefit from someone coming in and giving us a little shoulder shake or a distraction, and shifting our mood that way. So I hope that was really helpful. If you guys find my videos helpful, I would love if you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any videos coming up, and leave a comment. You know, does this sound like your kids? Do you sometimes wonder if you can distract them, or if you should, or if that's right or wrong, and in what situations? If you want to reach out to me, please go to stephaniepinto.com, where you can put in an inquiry form, and we can organize a chat if you need some support with your kids, their emotions, their behavior, or indeed overcoming your own strong emotions and triggers and things like that as a parent. That's all the stuff I love, and I'm here for you guys. So please reach out. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.